The next known destination is Nanchong. Is a small city that avoids Chongqing. Discovered a small city along the way, Jiyuan. It is the source of the Zhejiang River in Hunan, located at the junction of 3 provinces. Locate a visitor center along the way, where other RVs stop. In this isolated quiet village, far away from the city, I had a day of van life and another day of rest in the hostel. On the 3rd day, I went camping on the Shiliping, a place with few people. From sunset to sunrise. The advantage of camping is that the space can be greatly expanded, and the room height is much more comfortable than being in the car. After leaving Shiliping, we drove directly to Nanchong. The journey was very far away, passing through other attractions in Hunan, but did not stop. It was already evening when we arrived in Chongqing. Since Chongqing is still an epidemic area, we pressed on without stopping and finally arrived at Nanchong to rest. Nanchong is on the banks of the Jialing River, where the ancient Chong Kingdom is located. It is said to be the birthplace of Chinese Spring Festival culture. The local delicacy is mutton noodles and biscuits. After Nanchong, we headed right for our target destination, 𝗧𝗍𝗃. After getting off the highway, we entered the winding mountainous road and it was very late when we reached Wenxian. Our original plan was to head to the attraction, but we were stopped at the checkpoint of the border of Gansu and Sichuan and had to do PCR. A thrilling episode occurred in Wenxian County, which was omitted due to certain factors. 𝗧𝗍𝗃 is a key scenic spot in China and is in the World Heritage List. 𝗧𝗍𝗃 has an original ecological environment, clean fresh air, snow-capped mountains, forests and lakes to form a beautiful natural scenery, showcasing the beauty of nature. Because of its unique heritage landscape and rich animal and plant resources, it is known as Wonderland on Earth. After leaving 𝗧𝗍𝗃, we passed the 544 National Road. The scenery along the way is beautiful. The further we go, the higher the altitude and the snow-capped mountains surrounded us. Go past the source of the Minjiang River to Songpan Ancient Town. Ate yak hot pot in Songpan Ancient Town. Stayed overnight at Songpan parking lot. The temperature was -2 or 3 degrees and that was when altitude sickness hit. We woke up at dawn and since Chengdu is also an epidemic area, we transferred to S302 before G213 Maoxian and head towards Mianyang. After parking in Mianyang for one night, we drove to Guilin via Giang. There was heavy rain and thick fog, the terrain was undulating and we entered Guilin again. And go to the last place of this trip, Yuanbaza. Here is the scenic spot printed on 20 renminbi. Parked here for one night, surrounded by mountains and the Lijiang River. As the journey comes to an end, it is time to head home. With the ongoing pandemic, the rules in different regions are subjected to last-minute changes. Real-time access to information and flexible adjustment plans are important to avoid being in uncontrollable situations. Items in the vehicle should be systematically classified. And during purchase, consider the storage space needed and avoid duplication of functions. This ensures room for other necessary items. Even though in-car toilet and bathtub are not essential for road trips, if they can be compacted and stowed away, then they allow for emergency use in the car without taking up much space. With a backup plan, you will feel more comfortable on the road. SUV has the advantages of terrain performance and comfortable driving. However, the interior space is not very spacious. When it is used as the main living space for long road trips, I apply the 3 methods of overlay, backfill, and expansion. Overlay is to use the crossbar of the luggage compartment plus the organizer box. And the tent is placed on top to create a layer of space to place tables, chairs, and other stuff. Backfill is to use the gap between the front and rear seats to put items in boxes. Expansion is to deploy the rear tent to increase the space of the living room, given the permission for tent pitching. Be able to enjoy the scenery comfortably and rest well on the road. Although this trip went well, there are still some areas for improvement. First is the refrigerator. The storage area is too deep and inconvenient for retrieval and not in need during winter. Also, about drinking water. It is best to have a water filter so that we can filter public water before boiling it for water safety. The most important thing is the mattress. I thought the PU pad was enough for a comfortable sleep, but in fact, after the car seat is flat, it is still uneven with protruding structures. A few minutes rest is fine, but an overnight sleep results in back pain, so I still need a mattress. That's it for this trip. We will also share how to make van life more convenient and comfortable with you. Please leave a comment if you have any ideas.